Oh Abdullah bin Abbas, my father wants me to give talaq to my wife. What do you say about it? What is your fatwa? Abdullah bin Abbas, he is the Hibrul Quran. He is the Mufassir, Tarjuman of the Quran. He replied, you have a door of the paradise in your hand. A middle door of the paradise is in your hand. And there is a person under whose feet is the paradise. If you want to keep them, keep them. If you want to destroy them, destroy them. This was the answer of Abdullah bin Abbas radiallahu ta'ala. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? He didn't say straight away, but he gave a very jami', very comprehensive answer. He said, you have the door of the paradise, that is your father. As our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, that father is one of the door of the paradise. And mother under whose feet there is a paradise. If you make her happy, you will get the paradise. He said, you have this both. If you want to keep them happy, keep them happy. Otherwise, destroy them. Leave the door, go away from you. Leave the Jannah, go away from you. The meaning of that, give talaq to her. There should not be, it is not the fatwa. Don't take as a fatwa from me and create a lot of mashakil. Ulama rahimahumullah has mentioned very clearly why this fatwa has been given. Because the lady, he came, she was not good lady. She was not the good lady. That's why the parents insist to give talaq. And there are many more tafasil. If anybody have any issue, go back to your alim and consult with him. But don't take it as a fatwa. But understand the position of the parents from this. So this narration I brought to you only to show you the position of the parents. So remember, your wealth, your family, everything is for your parents. You have no right to say anything to them. Except if they do something which is very evil, and that is shirk. That is associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or stopping you from doing your fara'id. At that time you are not allowed to obey them. But except that, you have to obey them. Sam'u wa ta'a. As you said to Allah and His Messenger, we have heard you are saying and we obeyed. Similarly, your matter should be with your parents. Sam'u wa ta'a. And another man came to the same person, Abdullah bin Abbas. And he asked about this, fatwa about the parents. He said, yes, obey your parents. He said, how much I obey my parents? What is the had? What is the limit to obey the parents? He said, obey your parents. He said, how much? He said, obey your parents. He said, وَإِن ظَلَمَا, if they oppress me, if they do wrong to me, what about that? What at that time, what should I do if they do wrong to me? He said, in ظَلَمَا, if they both oppress you, if they both do wrong to you, you have to obey your parents. Nobody can make excuse that, logical excuse, oh, they are doing this wrong, so I'm not listening to them. Or I'm going against them, no. You have no right to do that. At this stage, the logic gets failed. Because by logic, you say, oh, he's doing wrong. He's taking my part, my share, and giving to another brother. Or something, whatever logic you have, whatever reason you have to disobey your parents, it fails over here. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as I said in the beginning of the khutbah, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you fear Allah, Allah will provide you your sustenance from the ways which you would never imagine. If you obey your parents, Allah will help you and bring you something better than that from the ways which you would never imagine. And think how many people are here, the stories are coming in their mind that I have done this, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provided me something which I would never imagine that would happen to me. This happens. The logic gets failed and the qudrah, the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes here. Then this is the taqwa. And this is the taqwa, that you obey your parents, whatever happens, whatever is the reason, it doesn't matter. So, it should be clear to everybody that the parents has the more right after Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Only when it comes to disobedience of Allah and His Messenger in the fara'id, in aqidah, at that time you are not allowed to obey them. But even though the teachings of Islam is that وَصَاحِبْهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا, be very kind to them. Treat them very kindly. Even though they are telling you to commit shirk, go against the Creator, don't obey over there. But be nice to them. This is the teaching. No religion will allow you like this. No religion will give you this much honor to the mother and the father, except Al-Islam. So after making this very clear, now come to the issue that many parents, their children are disobedient to them. They don't obey parents. They just go astray. They rebel to the parents. Why this is happening in our society? What is the reason behind it? If you look at the graph of this invention and how the world is changing, you will see from Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, the graph was like this, straight, it is coming. Adam alayhi salam and other prophet, it is coming, only straight line. Okay, then people invented something, okay, they start writing letters to each other, so there was a way, sending letters and receiving the letters, somebody they pay and he take horse and he goes. But it was a straight graph, there was no invention in it. And suddenly, last 50, 60 years, the graph goes like this, straight away. You are just here, when my childhood. At that time, there was a fax machine, so people used to wonder, how come we send the letter from here and it print over there? They couldn't understand this. My childhood, what about the other people who are older than me, their childhood? They have seen something which we don't know. So just imagine how this world has changed. And then now, more than that email and things, how it's changed. So this graph, for a long time, millions of years, is coming straight and suddenly this invention changed like this. Okay? And we are fortunate or unfortunate that we are at this stage, the stage of this movement. So most of the parents are from this age. Their youth was in this age when the world was changing. So still their mentality is over there, 50 years back. And the children suddenly over here. Now the young child shows you how to use the latest mobile phone, which many people don't do. But he knows, oh, do like this, you will be able to use it. And we are living in this society, we understand, we try to understand, but we are not able to do that what a little child does, and he shows us and teaches us. So we are in this stage. So there is a big gap between two mentalities. The mentality of your father and the mentality of yours. Very big gap, massive gap between these two. And there will be no possibility that these old people can understand this and the young people can explain to them. There is no possibility. They will not be able to understand each other. So at that time, sam'an wa ta'ah. The parents has to try to understand their children's needs, how they are changing. You are still in that age, old age, you are still in Pakistan, India and Bangladesh, and you are trying to change your children over here. It's not possible. That's why this big gap, suddenly this big gap of understanding and thinking brought a lot of mashakil in our families. Lot of problems in our families. Parents are not able to understand their children, and children are not able to understand their fathers. And what else is happening? Because of this, children have to be hypocrites. I'm using the word hypocrite, like munafiq. Two faces of the children. What are these two faces? When they come to home, they are like the angels. Very nice, very obedient to parents, listening and things, everything. Parents think my child is angel, okay? When he leaves the house, he is the biggest shaitan. He's the biggest, and this is happening. This happened. In the newspaper I have seen, they put women, full women, okay, Asian women. Half of it in completely Western dress and another half is niqab and everything. She said, this is the society of the Muslims these days. Why this is happening? Because of this very big and massive gap between the understanding of parents and the children. So when they are inside the home,